If you came up to me at a bar and asked me, hey, who is your favorite medieval admiral? My immediate response would be, well, that's kind of a strange question and a weird way to open a conversation. But after a few sips or several, depending on the occasion, I would give you my opinion on the matter because as a man, I have an opinion on everything. Number 2 would be Admiral Yi Sun-sin, seen here being played by Choi Min-sik in the most over-the-top, amazing period war film in the world. And number 1 would be Admiral Zheng He. Zheng He's life and journeys had a significant impact on Kochi. Kochi is the city I grew up in and I have fond memories of the place. Kochi is also home to the world's oldest pepper exchange, which in its day of hay dictated the movements of pepper in the global markets. And it's also likely that Zheng He played a not so insignificant role in that. The Yongle Emperor of Ming China wanted to do some good old-fashioned emperoring and assert his dominance over the Indian Ocean trade. So he sent Zheng He an armada of 60 ships. They're called treasure ships because they were massive and also because they contained lavish gifts for kings and rulers along the way. So what happened if these rulers and kings didn't want to submit and didn't want to participate in the emperor's good old-fashioned emperoring? Well, there were 27,000 soldiers on board to ensure that they changed their mind. Zheng He secured tributes and submissions from a lot of the rulers along the way. And in some cases, he actively engaged in regime change, such as in Sri Lanka and in Palembang. But that's not all he did. He also changed the status quo of trade routes along the way and also created new choke points. So for example, he declared the tiny, unimportant city of Malacca as a country, and this drastically changed the fortunes of Malacca going forward. He established a Ming depot there, which was to serve as a staging point for westward expeditions. The reason he did this, to put it very simply, is to ensure that the Chinese got better trade deals than pretty much everyone else. Zheng He's destination for the first 3 voyages that he undertook was Kozhikode. Kozhikode at this point was the premier trading post in the Malabar region, thanks to the efforts of the Samudri, or Zamorin, and his Arab trading partners, and they dominated the trade of pepper. Kochi, however, at this point was quite an insignificant polity, and there were no players over there who had dominated the pepper trade the way the Arabs had in Kozhikode. Additionally, while in Kozhikode, the trade of pepper was monitored and taxed by the state. In Kochi, rich families directly sold pepper to anyone who was interested. Well, you had to have money, of course. This meant that the cost of pepper in Kochi was 34% cheaper than that in Kozhikode. So the Ming tried to do exactly what they did in Malacca, breathing life into a smaller, unimportant polity to ensure that they get better trade deals. On his 5th journey in 1417, Zheng He conferred a seal upon the king of Kochi from the Ming emperor himself and enfeoffed a mountain there as the mountain that protects the country. This elevated the status of Kochi and brought it into the Ming political sphere. Zheng He eventually died on his 7th journey outside Kozhikode, most likely having tried to start up some shenanigans against the Samudri over there. After the cessation of the Ming imperial voyages, Kozhikode vassalized Kochi because, let's face it, that's just what you do, up until the arrival of the Portuguese. And that's how Zheng He and the Ming Chinese changed the fortunes of Kochi in the international pepper trade. And also why Zheng He is my favorite medieval admiral.